Good morning, everybody. So I really wanted to have a conversation today about how we should just be assigning our children non-binary at birth. And I know that that can be confusing for some people because I've literally had people tell me, that would be so confusing for your child, because I've told them that I would do that if I ever had a kid. And I just want to say it really wouldn't be confusing for your kid. It would probably be more confusing for you, because you probably don't understand trans people or non-binary people. But really, it wouldn't be confusing for your kid. And the reason for that is because those gender constructs aren't yet set into their brain. They're not yet taught that. And so the reason why I think this is really, really important to do for our children is because, first of all, whether they end up being cis or not, you are subconsciously teaching your child that sex or genitals is the same as your gender, and that's just not true. And if we're able to teach them that that's not true, then we can help them be better allies to trans people and non-binary people in the future.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but as that young lady we just heard from in the first clip was speaking, a caption popped up on the screen that said, "Disclaimer, I am not a mom, but I know this is right." And I guess we could all just be grateful that she's not a mom, because everything she just said was complete bullshit. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and very crazy weekend Clown World update for you guys today. And as usual, we have, well, very little time to waste. So let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So this Jeffrey Dahmer looking fellow with the black choker around his neck is Jennifer. Now, Jennifer is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transbian or trans lesbian. Now, Jennifer does use she, her pronouns, as well as, you guessed it, ladies' restrooms. What?
Who the f do you think you are, you crazy little shit?
All right, let's keep it moving with this slightly husky individual who is quite possibly the most annoying person to ever grace the pages of the interwebs. Explain to us why she will be voting for Carmelo Harris in November. And as you listen to this, keep in mind that Donald Trump entered the White House as the most pro LDB LPD, damn it,
LGBTQ2+.
Isn't that exactly what I just said? Anyway, so Trump entered the White House as the most pro, what Prime Minister Blackface just said, president ever. And he even hosted a gay wedding ceremony at his residence in Mar-a-Lago recently. Someone convinced this person that he wants to essentially get rid of the rainbow community. Roll it.
A queer person who was assigned female at birth living in America. My options are literally if I vote for one person, and life and safety if I vote for Kamala. Like, of course I would vote Kamala. It makes sense that my community of people are supporting and voting for Kamala. The only group who would not suffer under Trump's reign are literally cis white men. That's it. One group of people. And America is made up of a lot of different groups of people, not just cis white men. So it makes a lot of sense why people are backing Kamala. But even a good chunk of cis white men that I've seen aren't even supporting Trump. That man is a compulsive liar. He'll post one thing on social media and then go and say something else at a rally. What he's saying and what he's doing doesn't match up. It never does. And it's quite literally someone who lies versus someone who has proven through their actions that they do mean good in this world. Kamala might not be perfect. No human is. But the most important thing is that she listens. And we the people have power too, to change things, to make a difference, to make our voices heard, and to make people listen to us. Trump doesn't care about us non-billionaires. But Kamala has shown that she's for the people, and I support that.
With all due respect, what the f*** are you talking about?
Imagine being brainwashed so badly that you actually believe that a person who has already been president for 4 years wants to end an entire group's existence on this planet. And many of said former president's supporters are a member of that group. Anyway, next up, here we have a white liberal woman bragging about blocking her first Trump supporter. Now, pay attention to her eyes.
The eyes, Chico. They never lied.
Roll it.
I just blocked my very first Trumper. The madness just drives me absolutely bonkers. I don't know if I can do this anymore. They make me, like, want to vomit.
She's got the crazy eyes. Dude, the eyes, they're crazy.
Now, I've mentioned before that I don't think there is a demographic out there that is worse for this country than white liberal women. And this next clip proves my point. Roll it.
All of my melanated queens on this app talking to their melanated queens about the situation at hand. So white women, come to the front. We have to have a discussion. There are going to be a lot of people, especially white men, trying to convince you that Kamala is not qualified to do the job. She is more than qualified to do the job. She is very educated. And if you want to bring up her affair that was forever ago, then we also have to talk about Donnie and how he's cheated on all of his wives, including the one he's probably still married to. So do not let deep-rooted white supremacy keep your eyes off the prize. She's exactly what we wanted. She's a woman. She's progressive. She's not even in her 60s yet. She would be the first Gen X president, first black female president. This could be a fucking beautiful thing. So white women, I beg of you, do not follow your husbands blindly. Do your research and vote accordingly. Because black women have been telling us for years what we need to do, and we have not listened, and we are going to suffer because of it. We can fix that by just listening to them when they tell us that this is the move. Okay? Don't fumble the ball.
What the hell did you just say?
She would be the first Gen X president, first black female president.
Oh, don't give me that liberal bullshit.
All right, let's do one more white liberal woman because they are just so much fun. Now, this lovely lady is ashamed of the color of her skin, which is a common trait amongst white liberal women. And in order to pander to the black community, she is going to roast herself and others like her. Roll it.
I would be most honored to be an alabaster accomplice. I had originally thought up maybe the Wonder Bread Brigade, and I had also heard the Cracker Coalition, but I think alabaster accomplice is much kinder. And thank you for who came up with that. But yes, Kamala Harris, 100%. I'm here for this.
That's the stupidest f***ing thing I've ever heard in my life.
Right.
Okay? That is just stupid.
Guys, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. Now, I'm guessing this is a get-together of Carmelo Harris voters. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by our first sponsor, is our great friend Coda320. Coda320 once again, and as always, sir, thank you so much for your kindness, generosity, and support. It is always greatly appreciated, and you, my friend, are keeping my faith in humanity alive. Second sponsor of today's video is Bobby Thompson, and the third, last but certainly not least, is Robert Young. So Coda320, Bobby Thompson, and Robert Young, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support. Also, today's honorable mention goes to none other than Pastor Bob Rogers for leaving a super thanks on the last video. So, Pastor Bob, as always, thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, we've seen enough. Get this off the screen, please.
So long, gay boys.
All right, next up we have Josh Cedar or Cider. I'm not quite for sure exactly how you pronounce his last name, but he gained notoriety a few years back as a contestant on The Bachelorette, and now he identifies as a trans woman. Now, I am 99.9% sure that Josh is just trolling everybody to expose the insanity of this whole gender ideology, but let me know what you guys think. Roll it.
Hey everyone! I just wanted to talk today about ways we can use words to make people feel included in the conversation. One of the words I see thrown around a lot that can make people feel left out is the word mother. It's better if we use the term birthing people. There are a lot of people that can give birth that aren't traditional mothers. That includes trans men. Another word that I see just tossed around is babies. It's much better if you use a gender non-specific term for children that young until they can decide what their gender is and pick it for themselves. So it's much better if you can use the term babies. That allows them to have autonomy, and it allows them to choose their gender instead of just assigning it to them at birth. Another term that I see used a lot is cervix or womb or uterus. It's much better if you use a more general term like reproductive organs. So these are just some really small changes that we can make in our vernacular that helps people feel more included in the conversation and not left out. And it just goes a long way. So anyways, try making those changes and let me know how it goes. Bye, everyone.
What the f*** is wrong with you?
Now, like I said, I'm fairly certain that Josh is just trolling us, but this next fella, Roxy Tickle, is not. Now, Roxy plays in a women's field hockey league, which does include some teenagers, and he uses the women's locker rooms right alongside them. Roll it.
My name is Roxy Tickle. I'm a trans woman from Lismore, New South Wales.
Whoa, you have a deep voice.
I started transitioning about 4 or 5 years ago. I started gender-affirming hormones about 6 to 9 months after I started transitioning. I am a woman. End of story.
Say what?
I am a woman. End of story.
What are you talking about? You're delusional.
Now, I showed a picture of this young lady in a video several months ago, but I saw this picture making its rounds on the interwebs recently, and it's the same young lady, but a different angle. And from this angle, you can see just how big that disc in her ear is. And since we've been seeing a lot of extreme body modifications, or body mods, as the cool kids say here on the channel lately as far as tattoos and piercings and such, figured I would share this with you guys. You're welcome. All right, next up we have another one of those man on the street style interviews where these young fellers are walking around asking people Trump or Kamala. And listen to the answers, they are hilarious. One guy thinks Trump's running against Pamela. Roll it.
Trump or Kamala?
Say what?
Trump or Kamala?
I don't believe in a system that was not created for a black man in the first place. That's your answer.
Trump or Kamala?
Trump, all the way.
Trump or Kamala?
Excuse me, I'm on the phone.
Excuse me, sir? Trump or Kamala?
Trump.
Sir? Trump or Kamala? Ooh. Trump or Kamala?
I don't know, man. Jesus.
Excuse me? Trump or Kamala?
Trump or Pamela? I think both of them are okay. I think both of them have a great platform, and both of them are doing great.
Trump or Kamala?
What you mean?
For president, Trump or Kamala?
Oh, Trump.
Excuse me? Trump or Kamala?
Trump.
Trump or Kamala?
I must say, in this predicament, Kamala is a very good man, and he brings rules, but very forceful. And Trump brings rules, but forceful. But I guess we go with the other two.
What did you say?
Trump or Kamala?
I must say, in this predicament, Kabbalah is a very good man, and he brings rules, but very forceful.
You must have got manure for your brains.
You've shit for brains.
All right, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip of Vice President Carmelo Harris seemingly drunk again. Here she starts inappropriately laughing like a hyena at a statement that has absolutely no comedic value to it. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
Having done the work I've done, it is our undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit crime. So let's get our notions together about what we're talking about.
What did you say? What the f did you just say?
It is our undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit crime.
Yeah, that's not funny. And you ain't black.